Good day, my family. Look at this. It is so windy out that it blew the empty trash barrels across the street, so I can't pull in. And yeah, I'm just gonna put this right here. And the other one is trash day today. My father or my son will come and get those later. All right, now back to my dad. As you saw in the prior video, we're having a very windy day, and I'm back to wearing my winter jacket. It's only supposed to be like 36 for a high. It's gonna feel cold because of the wind, but the wind is so strong that it's blowing over the empty trash barrels. And I'm out on a dash, my first dash of the day, $16 grocery order at Shaw's. It's going like 6 miles. I'm not sure if it's going south or north in Manchester or surrounding area. I think the indicators say, like on the map, that it's kind of south from here, so I'm going to say southern Manchester. And the Shaw's that I'm going to kind of services like a surrounding area, even 10 miles out. You know, it's a prior video. Figured I'll do some more car chats since you guys like those so much. And I'll take you with me if I can and chat whatever I want to chat about today. All right. I was reading Psalm 37 where he says, "Do not worry about the evildoers, or fret not," is what he says. And then he says something further down where he says, "I will delight myself in the Lord, for he is like good and stuff." He also said to wait on the Lord. He also said that he's never seen a righteous man beg for bread, that his offspring are never hungry, and those that are wicked will be cut off. They will be judged or whatever by God, and so on. Through that whole psalm, and I read it, and I'm like, Lord, please don't let me be wicked. Especially we said the wicked borrow and don't pay back. How many of us are in debt? I know I am. I'm in major debt. And I say, Lord, forgive me of this debt. Help me to have wisdom, discernment. Help me to get my financials straightened out. And I know that I don't have a lot of money, but, everything keeps piling up. That big grocery order we did yesterday, we missed like 10 items on that list. So that means I have to buy those today. My son bought the other ones, which means that he's going to have to provide everything I need to pay for the groceries. I refuse to go on public assistance. I refuse to go on food stamps. I'm very stubborn like that. I firmly believe that the Lord has given me everything I need. And I don't need to go on food stamps because he's going to provide everything I need. I always believed in that. I always believe that today. And I don't ever go on that system, because of that. I don't make a lot of money. We could have gone on the system, but we never did, because the Lord has always provided everything I needed. If I need something and I pray about it, I get it. If it's a need that I need, not like a want, but I need food, shelter, and clothing. Those things you really need, except clothing's basic clothing, not like over excessive clothing, But anyway, what I'm saying is you always need food, shelter, power, water, those types of things. Rest. You always get those things given to you by the Lord. But anyway, so I was thinking on those things, and as I was praying that psalm for myself and for other people that are like that, I said, Lord, make me righteous before you. Don't let me be lumped up in that category of wickedness, people being wicked, or people being ungodly or full of sin. And I'm thankful when he said, the Lord, those that are righteous, the Lord will be there for his saints, he said. And that he will provide, he will fight for them, he will provide for them everything. So I'm thankful that sometimes reading the scriptures helps you out in a lot of ways. Now I have to go in and do a double dash because I also added a $5 grocery order onto the grocery order I'm picking up at Shaw's. The Shaw's order went very well. I dropped off both orders with no problems, no complaints. I made really good money. And then was kind of a slower day than normal. So I ended up picking up a Hannaford order. And then as I was shopping, of course, the power goes out because it was so windy. So this is the portion of the video where I discuss that. While I was shopping here at the local Hannaford, it is so windy out today. My hair is just wind blown. Sorry about that, guys. I just got in from being outside and putting the groceries in the back of my car. The power goes out for like 2 seconds. And I am just reminded of the day when I worked at McDonald's and the power went out. And it threw off all the computers and we were trying to send out lunch, and it took like 20 minutes for everything to boot back on. Luckily enough here, the computers and the registers work fine, but I was just thinking about that. I said, I wonder what would happen if the power was out longer. What I would have done. It really like threw off my app as well. I had to like log into the Hannaford internet because my phone internet wasn't working well and the app wasn't working well. I said, the day in the life of a DoorDash driver. Anyway, now I'm out and I was able to cash out and everything perfect and rung in their stuff perfect. It was just that little hiccup. But I'm just reminded of how long it took for everything to boot back up in restaurants when I worked in restaurants. Even at Friendly's, when the power went out, came back on. That included grills, it included all the equipment, everything had to be restarted, all the food had to be thrown out. Yeah, so I'm glad it came back on and that it didn't happen again, but I was just reminded of that time. After I had done that dash, I had no more orders. I had a couple restaurant orders, that was it. And then I decided to get off and do some Instacart. And when I got on Instacart, I went shopping, at my local Hannaford while I was waiting for an order. And as I was shopping, everything went well. And I got an order to do a delivery only for like $26. So I said, okay. So I finished doing my groceries that I needed to pick up. I needed to pick up like 10 or 11 items, some for dinner, some items that we forgot to buy yesterday, like bread and cat food and stuff like that. So I got in the car and I got to the delivery and I called them and said what deliveries I needed. And they came out, and as she was coming out, big gust of wind came. I mean, like literally came. And it almost blew the poor girl over. And the car over. That's how strong it was. And I was even blown. And then my hands were so cold when I got done because I had to scan each and every bag and then deliver it. So when I got done doing that, I delivered those two and then I said, forget it. I'm going home. It was just too much wind. So this portion of the video will show the actual wind gusts that we had this afternoon from the TV. All right, so this is from the news coverage from today from the local TV station. Wow, that was really fast winds. Look at that, 63 miles an hour. 54 in Concord. We're mellowing now. 39 miles an hour in Manchester. It's crazy. It was so strong when I was delivering DoorDash today that it almost blew the girl over who had the cart, and it almost blew me over trying to get the groceries scanned.
by about
I only
70
did
to
one
80
order
miles
at on Instacart today because of that reason. It was crazy.
40 miles per hour.
Crazy winds, crazy.
In fact, tomorrow
I'm making a stir fry for dinner. This is chicken thighs cut up about 5 or 6. Actually, it was a set of 8. 8 chicken thighs chopped up with 3 bags of stir fry vegetables frozen. I'll show you those. Like, I got the Hannaford brand here and 2 of the Market Basket brands. And I'm gonna put this pineapple in it. So I'm gonna cut the pineapple up. I'm just cleaning my cutting board a little bit here because it's dirty from earlier when I cut the chicken and stuff. So I'm going to cut this pineapple up, and that's going to go in there. And what I put in the stir fry, obviously, are my favorite spices. I always put a little camp mix. I put a little Italian seasoning in it. I put a little bit of steak seasoning in it, not a lot. And olive oil and garlic. And now I'm just stir frying this up. And I'm going to cut this pineapple. And I'm going to put it in the stir fry. And I already have rice made from last night, because last night we had tacos. So I've got this rice here, and I'll heat this up in the microwave while cooking that. And we're going to have a quick meal, and then we're heading to church tonight. We're having our Friday night worship. We do that twice a month. So we're going to do that as well. All right. Figured I will give you guys a peek at me cutting this pineapple. Wish me luck. It will be a lot of work, but it's worth it in the end. Nothing like having fresh pineapple in a stir fry. You can also put in canned pineapple, but I like to put fresh pineapple in mine. And since the camera stopped recording, I don't know why, this is what the pineapple looks like when it's done. And like I said, I prefer a fresh pineapple in my stir fry. You can use canned, and you can use mandarin oranges. And it leaves juice and everything, so I'm just going to let this cook some more, 'cause there's some more chicken here that's not totally done. And we're trying to heat back up. So here are my thoughts from this video earlier today. It was so windy, but during my devotional time, I was reading Psalm 37, and sometimes I find that when I read Psalm 37, the Lord says, I want you to take this and make it a prayer from you to me. Sometimes that helps, sometimes it doesn't. But I asked him, help me not to fret because of evildoers. Also, don't let me be the evildoer as well. And help me to trust in you and to do good. And then I will dwell in the land, and I will feed on your faithfulness. And then it says, delight yourself in the Lord. So help me to delight in you, and you will give me the desires of my heart. But I also need to commit my ways to you and trust also in you, and you will bring it to pass. And then it says, rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. And do not fret and for him who prospers in his way. So in other words, don't worry about the person that is making money on his own fruition. Don't worry about those that are on YouTube making money, or other people that are doing DoorDash that make money in their own way. You just keep waiting on him, and he will lead you to your paths. And then it says, do not be angry and do not worry again, because it only causes harm. So I said, okay. So then he said, and then it says, the evildoers will be cut off, and those that wait on the Lord, they will inherit the earth. I think that's in Matthew chapter 5 in the Beatitudes. Let me see. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. So meek is interesting. All right. But also, there was other things. But I thought was interesting was, it says, the little that a righteous man has is better than the riches of any wicked. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, and the Lord upholds the righteous. So he said, the Lord knows the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever, and they shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. So it says, when there is no food growing, when the air is dry, and food is rationed, the people that are upright or righteous will be satisfied, and the wicked, they will die, and the enemies of the Lord will all vanish into smoke, and they shall vanish away. So this says the wicked borrows and does not repay, but the righteous shows mercy and gives. So I'm going to say this. Lord, help me not to be wicked and borrow money and not repay it. But also, those that have money and give money, show mercy on those that owe money to you. For those by him shall inherit the earth. Those blessed by him shall inherit the earth. I thought that was interesting. How Jesus used that scripture, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. But those cursed by him shall be cut off. It says, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholds him with his hand. So even though I might sin, the Lord holds me, upholds me, and saves me. And it said, well, I am young and now old, but I've never seen the righteous forsaken, and the descendants begging bread. For God is merciful and lends the descendant, and his descendants are blessed. So basically what he's saying is that this one here is interesting, verse 28. For the Lord loves justice and does not forsake his saints, for they are preserved forever. But the descendants of the wicked shall be cut off, and the righteous shall inherit the land and dwell in it forever. It seems like the same thing he's telling us is to trust and wait on him. Don't worry about others. Worry about you and your walk with him. And you will, as long as you remain righteous, blameless, upright, you will have peace. And the Lord will help you, give you strength in your time of trouble. He will deliver you. He will make sure all your needs are met. And it says, he will save them because they trust in him. What an amazing psalm. What an amazing psalm. And I thought I would bring this up because, in the last part of this video, because I mentioned it earlier, I just couldn't remember it all, and I kind of quoted it wrong. But the Lord showed me some things. And I said, I just repented. I said, Lord, forgive me for being wicked and not paying my debt. And help me to be wise with my money, and help me to have wisdom and discernment in many things, but not to worry about anything. So I hope you guys found this video uplifting, encouraging, and you like this video, favorite this video, share this video with whomever you feel needs it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps me. Hit the notifications button for future videos like this. And you guys have a great night. God bless you all. And I hopefully will see you tomorrow. Bye.